If nothing else that I ever say to you resonates, let this. Stop dieting. Take the word diet out of your vocabulary and let's move on to making healthier choices. Welcome back, my friends. I am Cheryl, and this is my channel where I have been documenting my weight loss journey for over a year and a half now, losing 73 pounds to date. I started at 219 pounds February of 2024, and I am currently 146 pounds in September of 2025. I'm 5 feet tall, just for some context. I started with a BMI of 42, and my current BMI is 28.4, I think, 28.5. So I have been doing this for a minute, and I can assure you that very early on, within the first couple of months of this journey, I knew that this was going to stick, and I knew that I would not be on a diet and that I would never diet again. And when I tell you that I have lost over 70 pounds not dieting, I promise you that that is the truth. So sit back, relax, and let's chat for a little while, because this is something that is very, very near and dear to me, and I want to see if I can express this to you properly. So, hi, I'm so glad that you are here. If you are here, I'm assuming you are on a weight loss journey, you're on a lifestyle modification, you're considering making some healthier choices in life, or you have been doing so along with me for a while. I cannot tell you how much I despise the word diet. And I think that's because for many of us, for years and years and years, diet was something very negative. The word diet meant that you were basically restricting food from your life in order to lose weight, right? And that is actually the definition of diet, is a special course of food to which one restricts oneself to lose weight or for medical reasons. Obviously, medical reasons could be diabetes, could be any number of like serious health conditions, but it could also be food allergies. You could have an allergy to gluten. You could have wheat allergies, dairy allergies, intolerances. You know, there could be a lot of reasons why you would have to restrict your diet in that regard. But to say I am going on a diet is very restrictive. And one thing that I have found to help me be successful is to not restrict foods from my diet. And I implore you to do the same, whether you're trying to do this organically or with the help of a GLP-1, whether it be Zepbound, Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, Saxenda, Trulicity, any number of GLP-1 medications that could be helping you with this. Just remember that those are just tools to help you lose weight. And I will fight anybody who tells me, well, if you're on Zepbound, which I am, full disclaimer in case I didn't mention, Zepbound, 18 months, will shoot that bad boy into me as long as I possibly can. It has been my saving grace, but it is a tool. I do the work. I do the work every day, and so do you. So when somebody tells you you're still on a diet, I 100% will fight them. I am not on a diet. I am on a lifestyle modification. I choose every single day to make healthier choices. And Zepbound is the tool that allows me to do that. Before that, my food obsession was so controlling in my brain that I could not control the portions. I couldn't control the stopping and starting. I just had no control. Zepbound has given me the control to make better choices, to eat less portions, to stop when I am full, to not snack at night, to stop eating at 7:30. Zepbound is my tool. Zepbound has helped me to do that. So I just want you to remember that you have the tools that you need to make these choices now. Putting yourself on a diet is, to me, very constricting. A diet is like a timeline, and I have been very open with my thought on that for a very long time. If I have no goals, I have no numbers, I have no timelines. And I think that it's because I don't want to be on a diet. If I'm on a diet, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress to lose 50 pounds by this date. If you're not doing that, then you're not doing something right. Then your diet's not working. And I don't do that. I don't restrict myself. So if it's ice cream night and my family decides they want ice cream or frozen custard, because that's the new thing in town, then I do it. If I want it. I mean, there's been times where my husband's gone out for ice cream and I'm just not feeling it, and I say, no, thank you. But if that's what we're doing and that's what I feel like having, yes, I'm going to have it. Am I going to get a large hot fudge sundae with extra whipped cream? No. I'm going to usually get a small cup. Sometimes I'll get the waffle cup or something, but typically I get a small or kitty, and I don't typically finish it, and then I might have it a couple of days later, and that's okay. And I have been extremely successful still losing 70 pounds doing it this way because I'm not restricting myself. When we start restricting ourselves, that plays into our mind, and the mindset that we have with food is one of the things that we need to focus on first. And I will tell you that by not dieting, I have really begun to heal that relationship. I think from being on a diet or doing diet type things for basically my entire life has really messed with my mind and really messed with my relationship with food in such a negative way that I needed to find another way to do something. Because the reality of most of us is that a diet isn't going to work. We need to make those changes. And I have been able to successfully make those changes now where I am very confident. And I have never been very confident in any weight loss endeavor in my life because I was always dieting. I am very confident that I will be able to continue this for my life long term. These are the tools, these are the changes that I needed and that I now have. So I now can control what I need to control. And my mind is just in such a different place. And mindset is really one of the most important things as far as I'm concerned. So many reasons to remove the word diet from your language. But first and foremost would be your overall mindset. We need to have a healthier mindset about food and about the overall journey that we're on. I want this journey to be lifelong. This is my journey of life now. This isn't my, maybe I'll change the name when I say it. Like, this is my journey of life. That like just, that's what came out. This is no longer my lifestyle modification journey. This is my life. This is how I need to get up every day, and I need to prioritize protein. And sometimes it takes me a long freaking time to get it in, but I make sure I do it. And I need to make sure that I'm getting the food to stay healthy and satisfied throughout the day. And it's something that I need to think about, but I think about it in such a different manner. I don't think about it like, oh my God, how many calories is it? I'm going to go over. I can't do that. I don't think about it that way anymore because I don't diet. I just eat what I need to eat. And it's funny because I used to hear people, a girlfriend of mine owns a gym, and when she would diet to go into like competitions and stuff like that, I would always hear her say stuff like, you need to fuel your body. like food is fuel. And I never got to that point. I was always like, hell no, I'm not eating chicken and broccoli just to fuel my body. I love food. And I've been able to get to a point now where I know how important the fuel is as far as the protein and the fiber and the healthy fruits and vegetables and whole foods and stuff like that. And I want that for my body, but I also don't restrict the other things. If I want the ice cream, I have a little bit of ice cream. If I want dessert, we'll get some dessert, share some, throw it away, whatever the case may be. Would I typically love to sit in front of the TV and eat a bag of Doritos? Of course I would, but I don't do that anymore because I've healed that relationship with food because I don't diet anymore. If I want the Doritos, I'll get the mini bags and I'll eat the Doritos, or I'll get a few Doritos, which I can't remember the last time there was Doritos in my house. But I don't buy those things anymore. But if I'm out and I want something like that, I let myself have it because I don't restrict. And I'm not cheating. I'm not having a cheat day. All of that mentality is gone now. And I just go about my day. What are you doing? What are you eating? What are you eating? Are you eating something that you're not supposed to be eating? Can you show me what it is? He's cheating. He's doing something he's not supposed to be doing. Lay down. So I just want you all to understand that the mindset and the change of it is really, really, I think, going to make or break your success on this journey. Strict rules is not realistic, right? It's, you guys know, if any of you have been here more than 3 videos, you know I preach sustainability. And strict rules are just not sustainable for life. And that leads to what? It leads to failure. But if you're not dieting, you can't fail, right? We're just making these changes. And every day it might look a little different. One day I might have the ice cream. And I know I keep harping on ice cream, but it's just the easiest thing to like remember and relate to. I don't apologize or cheat, or if I'm gonna have a cheeseburger, I'm not like, oh, I don't do that. This is just my day. If I'm gonna have the cheeseburger, great, I got protein. Does it have carbs in the bread? Yeah, it does, but that's okay because we need these things too. But more importantly, we need to not restrict ourselves. Restriction leads to failure, and that really creates a good versus bad mentality around food, which has pretty much been my whole life, that good versus bad, which leads to guilt and shame. And that was me to a T. I would sneak the food. I would wait until my husband and kids went to sleep. I would get the extra piece of cake when nobody was looking at the birthday party. But then I would go home or to bed or whatever, and I would feel so much guilt and so much shame because I snuck it and I didn't want anybody to know it. I don't do that anymore. If I'm hungry, I eat. If I want a sweet treat of something, I eat it. And doing that and doing it without the guilt or the shame has brought me so much more, I don't even know, just like this freeness within me that I don't have to hide. This is who I am. I know I am rocking it every single day. And I know that you all are too. I just want you all to, if you're not there yet, get to the same place that I have mentally, because I also didn't know that it's something that I needed so badly. But the guilt and the shame, and it's funny because some of these things, like I wrote down like a few key points, but until I started saying things to you, it didn't really click. Like the guilt and the shame really was coming from having stuff in the house that I shouldn't have even been buying. And now I just walk right by and nobody else misses either. So none of us really needed it or cared about it that much. But my son last week asked me for Cheetos. I bought the Cheetos. He opened a bag of Cheetos. I was like, oh, I ate 2 Cheetos. I remembered after that I didn't really care for Cheetos. And I was fine. I didn't need anything more than that. If he asks for Doritos, I will buy him the Doritos because I'm also not depriving the rest of my family because I saw what that did to me dieting so much. And that is something that I 150% do not want to instill in my teenage child because I know what that did to me. And that's how I got where I am. So by not depriving and letting yourself or whomever have what they want in the moment, they're going to learn, or I learned, how to not obsess about it. If I'm not restricting myself, then I will have whatever I need to satisfy me, and then I move on. So again, I go back to the ice cream. Typically, if we get the ice cream, the custard, whatever the case may be, and I get a small, I can't even finish that, or I finish it and I'm satisfied with that. And then I might put it in the freezer and then have it a few days later. But I don't obsess about it. I don't restrict myself so it's not that battle constantly. I can remember nights going to sleep battling in my head, like knowing the Doritos were down there and they were calling me, or the goldfish were there, or the leftover birthday cake, or whatever it was. And that was always a battle. I haven't got up in the middle of the night to binge eat in 18 months. And that is a huge win. And it's because I don't restrict myself, because I don't diet. And I'm not telling you all to go out and eat all the cake and the ice cream and all of those things. I'm just saying we have to find that balance and that happy medium. And I really, truly believe that the first key to that is to stop dieting. So I have a friend who lives in another state, and when she first started to realize I was losing weight, she had a lot to say about it. And what are you eating? Stop. Give it to me. He's eating a sticker. God knows where he found it. Probably in my trash can. Stop. Oh, I think it's a tag from something. Don't eat. Great, I'm telling him not to eat it. She had a lot to say about my weight loss. And then she kept asking, like, what are you doing? What diet are you on? And I kept saying, I'm not on a diet. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking Zepbound. It has taught me how to eat better. I'm just making better, healthier choices. And she would call and she would say, how's the diet going? And I would say, I'm not dieting. So my response now when someone says, how's the diet? I say, no, I'm not dieting. I'm just building healthier habits. And that's truly what I'm doing. And that's truly what I think each and every one of you could be doing. Stop dieting and concentrate on building those healthier habits. I think it's going to just help the mindset completely. Taking the word diet out of my vocabulary has taken the guilt away. It's taken the shame away. So I have just had so much more success once I changed that mindset. And yes, Zepbound has been the wind beneath my wings, shall we say, but it has been my tool. I have had to do all of the work, just like all of you guys. And I don't want you to diminish all of your progress and all that work that you've put in by people telling you that, you know, you've only been successful because of this injection that you're taking, this medication that you're taking, because that's just not true. We are finding all of these different healthier habits because of the tool that we're taking. So concentrate more on that. You know, diets are typically short term. People go on a diet to lose 10 pounds. People go on a diet to lose 40 pounds. People go on Weight Watchers and they lose weight to, you know, it's short term. Zepbound is helping us to make those long-term healthy habits. So no more diet, healthy habits. That's what we need. That's what I want. That's what I want for all of you. That is how I live my life. And I have successfully lost 70 pounds without dieting. I'm telling you, I will fight you. I will come for you. For all of those of you who want to say that this is a diet, I 100% disagree. We are all just making healthy habit choices every single day. And I will continue to do so. So stop dieting. Stop making healthy habits, stop making healthier choices, and you too will keep living this happy life journey. All right, my friends, that is all for me and Brewer today. I have to go see what else he is getting into. I will talk to you guys real soon. Remember, my friends, when you can't find the sunshine, you be the sunshine. Bye.